POV, you're wearing 7 layers indoors while you watch kids play soccer outside in t-shirt and shorts. Hi guys! Today's video is all going to be about my personal favorites. When it comes to winter time, I live in a super cold area where it gets to like negative bajillion sometimes during the winter months. And I just want to share some of my go-tos to help me survive the extreme cold. And I made some awesome, mind-blowing new discoveries I cannot wait to share with you guys. So let's just get started right away. If you guys have been watching my YouTube videos for a while or have been following me on IG or my TikToks, then you guys will be no strangers to fleece tights. These are always one of my absolute favorites to reach for during the winter times. Honestly, lifesaver, life-changing experience when I first discovered these. I actually went into detail about fleece tights in another video, and I'm so excited guys. I actually just ordered like 10 more pairs that's on their way to my house right now. So as soon as they get here, I'm gonna do a dedicated fleece tights video. But for today's video, I want to focus on something else that I discovered. Look at this top right here. Does it look like a normal top to you? Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. What is this? Hit that like button if you are equally as mind blown as me when you first see that there's fleece inside these black sweaters. I also got a white one. That's right, it also has a layer of fleece all on the inside. I don't think this is anything new to people who are in the Asian countries who experience, you know, cold, snowy winters. But I just don't know why they don't make this more of a thing in like North America or like even Europe. Leave me a comment down below if this is not new to you and you have seen fleece-lined tops or fleece-lined sweaters. The beauty of these fleece-lined sweaters is that you only have the lining on this area. So the front part of your chest, like your torso area, has the fleece. It has around the back as well. So there's no fleece lining around the sleeves area, which makes it super easy for you to layer on additional stuff like maybe like a cardigan or even like your coat or your jacket, still at the same time protecting your core, which is like the most important part that you want to stay warm anyway. Okay, in case that long sleeve sweater version is too much for you, are you guys ready for this? I'm wearing a cami that also has fleece lined on the inside. I think it also does that really good job of just protecting that base core of yours while still giving you the option to layer on top of this in the winter time and not look bulky. I also love that these ones are extra long, so they are like a true 90s kind of tank tops. You can tuck it into your jeans or your pants. I also got the black one too. I think you can just like rotate between these during the winter times, and it's a really great way to not overheat. And I also like how the neckline of these tank tops are interchangeable, meaning you can wear them front or back. So you have this in like a slight V-shaped, or you can wear it in kind of like a scoop necked way like this. So on my quest to find fleece lined stuff, I also stumbled across, you guys ready? Fleece lined jeans. What I'm wearing right now are a pair of jeans that looks like jeans on the outside, but it's lined entirely down the leg on the inside. So if you haven't hit that like button for some reason yet, now I want you to hit it for real, because this is such a mind-blowing discovery. I know a lot of the Japanese, Korean, Chinese brands have come up with stuff like this before. I really want to like petition for US brands to come up with stuff like this, because why is it so hard? Like, we experience hardcore winters too. Why do we not get the slice of the pie? I will be linking everything in the description box down below, so make sure you check it. I think these jeans definitely save you the hassle of, you know, wearing like double layers in the morning, or if you're just not a fan of having, you know, fleece tights clinging onto your skin and it being really stuffy, or you know, if you live in like negative bajillion temperature area, you can just like fleece tights, fleece jeans. Or in my case, I do fleece tights plus snow pants. Okay, so next up on our favorites list is actually a brand that I stumbled across on social media. So I've been seeing the brand Temu pop up a lot on my IG and my TikTok with like sweaters super cute for like $5. And I'm always on the hunt to try out new brands for you guys, especially ones that are on the affordable side. But I was kind of skeptical about the brand until I saw a lot of my creator friends start ordering stuff from there, and then their stuff came so fast. It was super cute too. So I took the plunge and I ordered a couple stuff from Temu as well. And I gotta say, I am impressed. I'm not usually this easily impressed, having tried out like hundreds of different brands of different items. Whenever you guys are trying out a new brand that you haven't shopped at before, make sure to go for their basics, because if you suck at basics, you're gonna suck at stuff that are beyond basics. Sweater's $11 is really really stretchy. It's a rib knit and it feels pretty sturdy. Definitely not like paper thin. And I like to spice up my turtleneck black sweaters by having some gold jewelry over the neck area here. And then moving on to the jeans, I got a pair of high-waisted blue denim wide leg straight frayed hem jeans. I got for just $10. Okay, the seller on here is by Jessica Jeans and it has over 5,000 sold history. It kind of reminds me of like Amazon where you have different sellers within Temu. Really love the jeans design though. Like it's super soft and it's great for those of you who want to layer on your fleece tights under because it's not tight at all. Even if you're scared of looking like bulky or like a snowman, best way to prevent this is by going with wide leg jeans. It's trendy, it's classy, it keeps you warm. It's all around win-win-win for me. Okay, and then you guys all know my obsession with Hailey's biker or moto jackets. I wasn't sure if I should go for it, but I'm glad I did. So this is actually a men's moto jacket. Not something I would typically go for, but I was really intrigued by it. So I got it in the size men's extra large, a little bit on the smaller side. If you want to get this exact jacket, make sure you size up like 3 to 5 sizes if you can. But this jacket is only $25. And honestly, like I wasn't expecting much, you know, for like a $25 moto jacket, but it kind of surpassed my expectations. It's lined on the inside the entire way. It doesn't smell funky, which is great. The zippers are really sturdy. It zips up really smooth. And then you have pockets on the side. And overall, just a really baddie kind of jacket. I think these type of jackets will look great even if you're wearing something like a bodycon dress on the bottom or like a mini skirt. Okay, so my favorite find from Temu has gotta be these boots, okay? So look at these boots. They're so classy looking. They're like a soft ankle boots, extremely easy to walk in with these 3-inch lock heel, sharp toe so it visually elongates your leg. Look at it, it's so well made. Definitely my favorite of the bunch. And you guys are not gonna believe how much it is. I got it for just $9. My freaking morning Starbucks Frappuccino isn't even $9. And it just goes so well with everything. It just goes with all of your outfits. It runs really true to size. So if you're planning to wear this for really harsh winter conditions, make sure you go up half a size or even a whole size up so you can fit these wool socks under. I'm actually gonna calculate how much my entire outfit was because I don't think it could have been anything more than like $60. Okay, so it's $55 for everything, this entire outfit. That is pretty damn affordable to me. Like that is so shocking. In case you guys think this is not shocking enough, I have a 40% off discount for you guys. On top of the 55%, $33 that you're gonna spend on this exact outfit, head to toe, including free shipping. Oh, and this 40% code is no minimums, by the way. It's also a great way to shop all your holiday gifts right now because they don't just have fashion, they have like kitchenware, they have pets accessories, they have lifestyle, they have home decor. So I'll be popping a link down below. Make sure you give it a chance. Just do yourself a favor, download the Temu app today. Use my 40% discount code for no minimums. I mean, with free shipping and free returns, you can't really go wrong. Okay, this next favorite is something I have touched on a little bit in a previous video, and this is thermal bases. This is what is going to save your life during the winter times because it honestly makes a world of a difference which base layer you choose to go outside in a harsh winter. I have got recommendations for awesome thermal base layers that is very heat retaining. That means it captures all of the warmth that your body generates throughout the day and actually like lock it in so you're not like dissipating the heat out. So first of all, we are talking about this heat tech top. This is one of my absolute favorites base layers. This one feels like second skin. It is so smooth and despite being on a thinner side, is very heat retaining. You don't need to feel it when it's sitting on top of your skin, which is super important. The last thing you want is for a base layer to be extra scratchy. And this top is designed to be worn 4 different ways. So you can wear it as a scoop neck right here. You can wear it off the shoulder like this to pair with your off the shoulder tops. You can wear it backwards, which means the higher neckline one is shown. And then you can wear it with one shoulder like this. Extremely stretchy. I think one review was from a breastfeeding mom and she loves it during the winter time because she can just like pull it down, breastfeed her kid and pull it back up, throw it in a wash, and it's gonna like retain all its elasticity. Okay, believe it or not, this is actually a thermal base layer. It's also from OGL and I freaking love it. I don't know why it took me like 34 years before discovering stuff like these, but this is a square neck long sleeve top that has like this micro fleece on the inside all over. It feels so soft and so warm. By far the most flattering thermal base layer I have ever come across in my life. Doesn't it just make you seem more put together than you actually are. This is in the shade Mocha, and I love the fact that it comes down to about here, which is where my belly button is. In case you think it is a little bit too cropped for you, there is now a longer version, so I'm gonna get my hands all over that. In fact, I'm going to grab this in all 9 colors. It just makes me feel really good when I have it on. I think this neckline is super flattering. No matter what body type you have, extremely warm. You can wear it just as is or wear it as a base layer. Throw another sweater on top and you're set. Also very stretchy. Can have another baby. In case you want something a little warmer for a thermal base, this would be my go-to. This is a gray mock neck base layer that is the same material as the second square neck one. It's also by OGL. At this point, I should just like go and order the entire OGL website because I just freaking love all their stuff. It's so innovative. How are they keeping this technology to themselves? I want it for like all the clothes that I own. Very stretchy. All of OGL's thermal based products, so all 3 of these are anti-pilling and anti-static. Don't ask me how they achieve that, but just check out the reviews because a lot of people have been saying that they're super stretchy and they retain their elasticity even after throwing in the hot dryer by mistake. Just do yourself a favor, try out some of their base layers. You're not gonna be disappointed. You can layer on another sweater on top, and just like this, it's like Gigi's sweatpants. But for those of you who are actively going to be outside in the coldness for a prolonged period of time, this is what I would suggest you guys to wear. If you're wearing a good thermal layer on the base, it can really feel even warmer than wearing 3 different sweaters on top. This is another base layer that is on a lighter color palette, and this one also has a mock neck, and it's a little bit more loose fitting, more relaxed. It's not as skin tight, and I think this one would be a great option for those of you who have sensory issues or who just prefer their base layers to not be skin tight. It's very breathable, very airy. The majority of the composition here is cotton. So while cotton feels really good on your body, I actually don't suggest you to go for a high cotton content in terms of a warm base layer, especially for the winter time. In case you do sweat, which you will, especially if you're going to be layering on like tons of sweaters and parkas. So because cotton is super absorbent, any sweat or moisture that you have on your body is going to be soaked up and it's going to feel really wet and cold against your skin. So this kind of defeats the purpose of a good thermal layer because you really do want your heat and moisture to be like retained and locked up within. And because there's such a huge range of like, you know, what winter might look like for you, you really have to do your research in terms of finding the right base layer that works for you, your comfort level and your warmth level. So like for example, the sweater dress is so cozy, so comfy, especially when you pair this base layer on the bottom. And don't forget your fleece tie. I have yet to find a pair of good fleece tights that is true to my skin tone. This looks a little too fake, too Marge Simpson for me. So I always like to layer on an additional pair of sheer tights. And with these sheer text tights, I can be as rough as I want. Because you know, there's always going to be like additional friction when you're pulling it over fleece tights. Oh my god, I hope YouTube doesn't like demonetize my video because they think this is my actual crotch. It's not, I swear. Okay, so now we have a base layer, a warm insulating sweater on top, fleece tights to protect our leggies, and then top it off with a puffer jacket or a actual winter parka. Or if this is not enough for you, layer on some jeans. I'm gonna go over the high neck top with a cashmere wool sweater. And then we're gonna layer on another sweater on top just to be over the top. I almost don't wanna do this because I'm already sweating. But let's go ahead and throw on the puffer jacket. And then if you live in like negative areas, you definitely will need some wool socks even though you have fleece socks under. Go with these shoes. Warm yet fashionable. Stylish without sacrificing comfort or warmth. Okay, I actually have to like take it off, otherwise I think I'll get a heat stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next up on the list of my favorite winter items, like it's gonna save your life this winter, we have sweaters. Oh my god, Karina is recommending sweaters for winter time, yay! But no, seriously, these sweaters are built different, okay? I know I touched a little bit about different fibers, different materials, and composition during a previous video. This time we're gonna dig a little deeper. I'm gonna give you some other really affordable options that you can grab quality premium materials for. So let's start with the one that I'm wearing right now. This one is a black sweater. It's got a relaxed fit and it is 30% cashmere, 70% wool. So wool in general is a very broad term. When we're talking about wool, we're mainly referring to sheep's wool, which is all natural, it's bacteria resistant, is very insulating, super duper warm. However, wool generally has a coarse feel to it or thicker fibers, which is why sometimes when you get like 100% wool sweater, for example, it tends to feel a little bit on the itchier side, and you might be scratching your head going like, why is something that cost me so much so itchy on my skin? That is just wool for you in general. So my pro tip for that is go with a base layer like any of the ones that I suggested beforehand, so that the wool sweater is not sitting flush on your skin. This way is truly a win-win because you can harvest the heat retention properties of the thermal layer without it scratching your skin off, but still capture that heavy duty warmth of the wool on top of it. Further accentuates how warm you're going to be feeling. Another sweater recommendation I have on right now, this is 100% merino wool. So merino wool is a type of wool. The key difference in merino wool is that their fibers are a lot finer than regular wool, making it a lot smoother feeling. So you're not gonna get that itchy, scratchy sensation as it sits on your skin. When there's any kind of moisture absorbed into the fibers, they dry a lot faster than regular wool, which means they're gonna keep you warmer. And this is why a lot of the base layers are actually made from 100% merino wool. Because of this reason, you tend to get merino wool being on a higher price point than regular wool. And then last but not least, we have 100% cashmere sweaters. Cashmere is made from goats, which means that the fibers are even finer than merino wool. What this means is that cashmere is even better and more efficient at trapping heat created by your body than merino wool. At the same time, it's very soft and it's very lightweight, so it doesn't add additional bulk or any heaviness to your outfit. Definitely suggest cashmere products to those of you who tend to overheat a lot. In terms of layering, I would suggest maybe even like a tank top with fleece on the bottom as your base layer, and then going for something cashmere on top of this in case you want that super sleek, super slim fitting but yet very warmth combination. Okay, so ultimately I always get the question, which one do you think is better, regular wool versus merino wool versus cashmere? Obviously you got different price points to consider, and also you have to consider, you know, where you are, the temperature where your winter is at. I almost don't want to say this, but cashmere is so delicate, it's so easily rippable. A lot of care goes into taking care of the garment itself, which means you can't throw it into the wash, but then you can be a little bit more rougher with wool. You can just like throw it into the machine, throw it into the dryer without worrying too much about the fabric, kind of like disintegrating or like falling apart. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the decision making to you guys. I'm gonna be including some really affordable options as well in the description box, so don't forget to click on it. How can we forget about puffer jackets or winter parkas? So I recently discovered this new brand called Noise, and they are cruelty free, so everything about them is 100% vegan. So this one right here is the Caroline mid-length parka, and the warmth rating is supposed to be up to -30 degrees, which is -22 Fahrenheit. Whenever jacket companies does like warmth ratings like this, I actually don't know what they mean. Like, do they mean with nothing on the inside? Because it actually varies, right? Like if you're gonna be wearing like nothing but a bra, and then this jacket is gonna withstand up to -30, or do they mean like when you layer accordingly? Because that's two very different stories. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments down below. Or if you guys want, I can also reach out to them and ask them and I report back to you. Anyway, I'm just keeping on a turtleneck on the bottom and a pair of wide-legged full leather pants that I'm obsessed about at the moment. And you can see that the top half of this parka has this super soft fur lining, faux fur of course. The outer layer has this kind of like windbreaker kind of texture with a faux fur lining hoodie that is removable. Drawstrings along the waist to cinch in your waist and pockets on the two sides. And then this one right here is the Addy long length parka. For both of these parkas, I'm wearing it in the size extra small. This one feels like an actual winter coat. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is so sturdy. Like the material just feels like it's so rigid and it's just going to like repel all of the cold that touches it. It also has a faux fur hoodie, but to be honest, I'm not liking this faux fur as much as the other one. I think the other one looks a little fluffier, a little cuter. But I mean, it is removable, so I might take the fur trim off the hoodie. But I do like this color more. This is the sand color. There's no faux fur lining on the inside. It is very heavy. Like, it's definitely gonna keep you very warm. Also rated as -30°C. I'm starting to think if you wear 3 layers of sweaters underneath and then you like go with one of these parkas, you're probably ready to like go on top of Mount Everest. So both of these winter parkas are supposed to be for legit, actually freezing winters. I know a bunch of you have commented that you're in Alberta, you're in Edmonton. Definitely look into these because they are Canadian owned. Oh, and let me know if you want me to do like an actual winter coat compilation. I know I did one for fall and winter jackets recently, but I feel like as we're heading more into like real winter, like freezing temperatures, I would like to do another one where I actually go over some of the winter parkas that may not be the most affordable, but will actually do the job of keeping you warm and not giving you hypothermia. Of course, we cannot do a winter favorites video without winter shoes or quality snow boots. So this one is a Sorel boot that I thrifted actually from my local thrift shop. So sturdy, completely cuts off all the coldness from my foot. I have one that looks like the Sorel one. I'll be linking both of these down. My only complaint about this one would be it's too heavy. It's harder to walk a long way in, and it takes such a long time to like lace all the way up. For everyday walking, I really just go for my Uggs. So I have here the Uggs Ultra Mini, which I styled in a reel here if you have trouble on how to style them. And then we have a synthetic version of Uggs, and these are basically Ugg lookalikes. Guys, I have had these Marc Fisher heels for such a long time now, and every time I wear it, you guys are always asking me where it's from, but it is sold out or discontinued. If you guys would like them to bring it back, message Marc Fisher, send them an email, DM them, let them know to bring this back. It's the perfect in-between of something a little bit more dressier with a chunky heel, but it's still really, really good for like walking in snow or walking in super cold weathers. I will try my best to find some similar looking ones and linking in the description box down below, so make sure you check there. Last but not least, we gotta have some Doc Martens. So these ones are the Jadens with a custom Louis face on the side here. I get a lot of questions about these, and I actually customized them through a site called 112. I will be linking them down below. If you're interested in these, reach out to them, but they do take a super long time because they're handmade, and they also cost like over $500, given that they had to source genuine fabric or leather piece and then stitch it on to the Docs itself. And then we have a loafer version. These are the 1461 Docs. The only thing with Docs is that you really do have to break them in. I find that the first couple times I wore my Docs, it was like as if I was wearing like a sheet of metal. And sadly, I did break out into blisters, but as soon as they're broken into, they will feel so comfortable to walk in. Also gives you that little elevated boost of height, and it keeps you warm, especially if you have like thick, warm wool socks under. Okay guys, that is it for this winter favorites video. We touched on some core key pieces that you need to survive winter, but please let me know if you would like another winter survival guide type of video where we can go into more detail about accessories, maybe like hats, scarves, wool skirts, earmuffs, gloves, hand warmers, leg warmers, and all kind of fun stuff like that. I'll see you in my next video, and stay happy. I love you. Bye. Stay warm.